What's up guys, XHOUNDISHx here, and today we're going to take a look at some of the insane exotic armor coming in Destiny 2, as well as a couple of exotic weapons which you may have missed. So we'll start out by taking a look at the exotic armor that we know about. So first up, we have the Titan right here with this purple armor. The set looks absolutely awesome, but it's the gauntlets we need to take a look at right here. They have these downward facing horns on the shoulder piece with this kind of cool glowing effect, and if we look at this promo shot of the Titan, he's wearing essentially the same set of armor with the exception of the gauntlets, which is how we know these are exotic. As well as this footage also came in the part of the vidoc where Bungie spoke about exotic armor and weapons. Either way, these gauntlets look really cool. I really like how the shader affects them as well. They have like their own animation in the horns, but the shader is also contributing to that color scheme, so I'm really hopeful that you'll be able to customize the way you look a little bit more in Destiny 2. In terms of what these gauntlets do, we have no idea, but I will speak at the end on how Bungie are thinking about exotics in Destiny 2. Up next though, we see this hunter, again with fantastic looking armor. If we take a closer look at the helmet though, we have this really cool mirrored visor on the front, and from what we know, this is a new hunter exotic. The rest of the armor the hunter is wearing again is a full set which we haven't seen before. Perhaps these will come from a quest or a particular activity. Again though, we don't know what these exotics actually do. Along with the team that updated the raid armor in Age of Triumph, they are doing a fantastic job on how stuff looks inside of Destiny 2. It looks absolutely insane. Speaking of insane though, here is our Warlock, and this is an exotic Warlock chest piece, probably one of the more standout pieces from the vidoc, but this armor features some pretty ornate golden attachments, and then most notably the gold wings on the back. Again, an absolutely awesome piece of armor right there. It makes me wonder what this piece could possibly do. Probably something while airborne, right? It would make sense because of those wings. It would be really cool if they allowed you to throw more projectiles from the Dawnblade Super while airborne, or something of that ilk. Either way, really cool stuff. Now I wanted to move on and talk about the weapon which this Cabal is wielding. It's a pretty hefty looking charge or fusion rifle type weapon, which is clearly linked to the Cabal and their technology. Interestingly though, Stenbox, who was at the Destiny 2 reveal, posted some pictures to Flickr. I will link the description below if you want to check those out. But he posted some pictures of the real weapon models on display that day, and we get to see this. An almost identical weapon, but this time it's a Guardian weapon. A very large, oversized kind of weapon, which is why I believe it may be a heavy fusion rifle of some sort. The version we see here is actually an Omolon built weapon. We can see the Omolon logo on the chamber on the side of the weapon, but also the classic blue chamber near the stock right there. I can't wait to learn more about this particular weapon. It also has a purple skin. I don't know whether that's like a default look for the weapon, or it could be, you know, to do with the weapon mods potentially, or something like that. But this is almost certainly an exotic since it's themed around an enemy weapon, which is really cool, so it could be related to the raid or something like that, but of course we'll have to wait and see. We've seen one other possibly similar weapon in the form of this thing right here. It could be a new heavy weapon of some sort, almost certainly exotic though in my opinion. It almost looks like some kind of grapple device. I really wish that could be a thing, man. Finally though, we have this incredibly ornate exotic hand cannon right here. If you check out the sides of the weapon, we have what appear to be rats engraved heavily onto each side of the weapon, which is pretty interesting. Again, thanks to Stenbox, we have some images of the real model right here. It's an awesome looking hand cannon. You can see the kind of metalwork. It does have the actual skull of what I believe to be a rat on the back right there, which looks really cool. But if we go back to the gameplay, you kind of get to see what this weapon does. So if you watch these thrall attacking, it appears that some kind of cluster projectiles are kind of attaching to the thrall and jumping between random enemies. You see the sparks just kind of emerge from a thrall and then the thrall explode. So definitely some kind of cluster explosion right there that appears to be randomized on the weapon, which is pretty interesting. So those are some pretty awesome looking exotic armor pieces and weapons. Finally though, we have some words about the rarity and utility of exotics from senior designer Mark Noseworthy in a Game Rant interview. So to quote Mark, he says there is something really special about those year one Galahorn stories. then there's something really nice about the determinism of the Taken King, where you can do this thing and you'll get Sleeper Simulant. You just go do it, it's hard, but you get it. We're going to be somewhere in the middle with Destiny 2. Both of those stories are pretty cool. We want xHOUNDISHx to be something that all players can get, not something that only elite guys who put thousands of hours to get xHOUNDISHx can acquire. xHOUNDISHx are a really special part of Destiny. They are guns or armor that actually change the way you play. The sandbox game, the moment-to-moment combat, is now different because of this thing that happens in my gun or a perk on this armor. We want everyone to have that experience, so in some ways we are going to democratize xHOUNDISHx a little more, but we still want there to be things that are hard to get and will be highly sought after. So with Destiny 2, Bungie are trying to strike the balance of how rare xHOUNDISHx are, and they want to land somewhere between vanilla Destiny and how we earn xHOUNDISHx now, or the questification in the Taken King. Also though, he mentioned the sandbox and how xHOUNDISHx can change that, and I personally think that xHOUNDISHx will integrate with subclasses more in Destiny 2. A lot of folks talk about how they have trimmed down the subclasses and made them less customizable, which I agree. However, what if xHOUNDISHx could play a bigger part? I spoke about the Titan gauntlets before. What if they could grant shoulder charge on the new Striker Titan or something? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you have to consider the possibilities. Either way, gear in Destiny 2, especially xHOUNDISHx, look like they will be incredibly exciting. So that is what I have for you today, guys. Anyway, let me know down below what you think of the xHOUNDISHx we've seen, how you would like to see xHOUNDISHx impact the game in Destiny. I'd love to hear your thoughts. For now though, if you enjoyed the video, a like would be highly appreciated. Also get subscribed if you're new to the channel and you want to keep up to date with Destiny content, and consider hitting the notification bell if you don't want to miss anything. For now though, thanks a lot for watching, guys. You have an awesome day.